Our next question comes from Joel at Breitbart. Joel, please unmute yourself.
Thanks, Governor. Two questions. I'm on the website right now and I see the results in terms of housing, homelessness, behavioral health. I don't see the money spent in each county. How can we hold the government accountable if we don't know what is actually being spent to achieve these results? And then a second question, do you think it is appropriate to sign $50 million of spending to fight the Trump administration while also asking the federal government for $40 billion in fire relief aid?
Well, I wouldn't frame the question as you framed it. The state of California, as you know, prepared many, many months ago for a new administration to protect and preserve our policies, our progress, and programs that the Trump administration is directly looking to deviate from. This is well-treaded territory. We were involved. I wasn't as governor. I served 2 years under the Trump administration, or with President Trump. Governor Brown served 2 years with President Trump. Over that 4-year period, there were 122 lawsuits. So there was some expectation that many similar efforts from the original Trump term would be replicated in his second term. And the whole point of putting $25 million up to the Department of Justice, our state Department of Justice, was to prepare for that. High-speed rail, perfect example. And in so many ways, we were prescient in that respect in terms of putting those funds up in anticipation of the efforts happening in the second Trump administration that happened in the first Trump administration. As it relates to the additional $25 million, that is not specific to Trump. It's about protecting people's rights. It's about getting people to get the kind of private support they need from nonprofits and other local organizations to address their anxieties and fears. And that was done in council and partnership with the legislature. Now, on the specific issue of money spent, money obligated, you'll look on that site. It does reference the money spent, money obligated. But I also made a point earlier. This is an iterative process. We're just rolling out the top line, and we're going to break down with more specificity, more detail, a lot of that information along the lines that you wisely and appropriately recognize or certainly reflect in your question. And I should note, there's so many based data sources on that and audits that have been done locally, regionally, statewide, et cetera. And so we've got to just square all of that, and we'll provide that information, and we'll be updating the site with much more detailed and nuanced information. Final point, though, the source information in this site, on this site, the original source information also provides a lot more detail in that respect. But we're just trying to clear that up and make it easily readable and ultimately machine readable so that it populates itself without the kind of manual inputs that required today.